New alleged detailed text messages sent between Ador's executives are going viral. On May 27th, TV Daily claimed that they had received text messages between Min Hee Jin and her executives. The alleged leaked text messages between Ador executives, including Min Hee Jin, indicating plans to separate from HYBE. The messages suggest a strategy to undermine HYBE by exposing chart manipulation and other tactics to weaken HYBE before BTS's return from military service. Discussions also involved negotiating the buyout of New Jeans and seeking external investors. The executives contemplated using New Jeans' parents as whistleblowers to publicly challenge HYBE. These revelations highlight significant internal conflicts and strategic maneuvering within the company. In one conversation, Min Hee Jin and an executive Lee is seen plotting Ador's exit from HYBE. Lee, we have to do something before BTS returns in a year. MHJ, OL, Lee. In a year, their multi-labeled US sickness IT platform illusions will all go to exit if it is meant to be. That would make it hard for them and us to earn our freedom. MHJ, I would love that. Lee, this is our plan. MHJ, so you're saying we need to use the media? Lee, if HYBE's chart manipulation is exposed, then people will lose faith in them, right? If these damages add up, their bleeding would be huge. MHJ, we need to plan our escape while HYBE is under fire. Let's meet Lee, XX. Media outlet, XXX, analyst, introduced me to one of their journalists. Lee, yeah, let's do that. I'll prepare carefully. First, we'll become close to them and, like drizzle falling on clothes, we'll quietly build a personal network of accountants, competitors, investors, outside directors, investment firms, and media outlets. MHJ, yeah, we should do this personally, not using Ador's name. Lee, anyways, making these outside alliances while bolstering the capabilities of Ador internally is our goal for February. Another convo in March of Executive Lee and Min Hee Jin. Lee, no matter how I look at it, terminating the members' contracts is too costly. We would have to leave behind all of their past albums, and all the endorsements are tied to Ador. But like you said, I think we can use that cost as a negotiating tool. What I mean is, no matter how high HYBE sets the price, we would tell them the price is too high, and say that the costs of terminating their contract, about $439 million, plus cost of new contracts, about $73.2 million, plus HYBE's initial investment, about $14 million, equals about $527 million, should be enough. I think this way, we could meet at a price of about $585 million. MHJ, no, HYBE will also put a value on future earnings. It's a relief that Bang-si, Hyuk, and Park Ji-won's luck is horrible, LOL. But that is why they will ask for over about $732 million. Hey, they paid that much for a company that had nothing. Do you think they'll hand over New Jeans for about $585 million USD? Do you not have a sense of reality? On the same day, Ador executives discussed potential investors. In the reconstructed texts, Executive Lee asked Lee, Hyung, have you heard of XX Investments? XX is the name of its president. PEF. No, Lee. I guess it's not well known if you don't know them. Thank you. PEF. The name seems pretty shady. Lee. I feel the same way. PF. Hey, I guess he has money. But does he have a lot of money? Although I'm sure it isn't enough to make the deal with you. Lee. I think so. He nominated himself, LOL. He says that an investment fund, G, is very interested in Korean entertainment. According to him, it is going to be easier to find a financial investor than a strategic investor. He also says it will give us more freedom. He says a strategic investor will always look to influence the company to their gain, while a financial investor will not try to influence as much as theirs and the company interests align. He says ideally, we should find a financial investor that agrees with our strategy and then leave HYBE before growing the company to exit or do an IPO. I agree with him. He says leaving the company or terminating New Jeans' contract would be unfavorable. He also says that it isn't impossible for a minority stakeholder who runs the company to defeat the parent company and majority stakeholder to become the de facto owners. He says the most important thing is our will to not lose. MHJ. That person seems to be in a cloud of hope, not very realistic. Lee. Well, he also said that we need to hide our claws and endure, no matter how hard it gets. I thought the information was most important. In the last convo, Min Hee Jin allegedly tells an Ador employee that they needed to have the parents of New Jeans become the whistleblowers. MHJ. Whistleblower. The parents will be the ones making the complaint to HYBE. Ador. K. Ah, okay. MHJ. Then what did you think it meant when you made an internal complaint? Ador K. At first, I wrote it thinking this, but I was asking if it might be better to have articles out before the internal complaint was made. MHK. Why? Ador K. As I had written, I don't think it would be good for New Jeans' image for their parents to get involved. Also, I felt it would be better to create public support before making the complaints public. MHJ. Huh? I don't understand. Also, I think there are contractual issues if the articles are written as if it were from us. We need to have the parents make the complaints first because Ador can't attack HYBE. Ador K. I may have said that without understanding our contractual obligations. MHJ. It's understandable because you're watching from an outsider's point of view. But if we don't make the announcement and we talk about selling Ador internally, we are the ones getting sold. We won't be able to take control. Do you get what I'm saying? I don't know what is the goal of the risks you're suggesting. Also, what risk do we have by making this known? Whether they investigate or not, by then everyone will be talking about HYBE's chart manipulation, and the world would be upside down. It's better that we make this public as soon as possible. The best thing is for HYBE to reach out to me and negotiate to block the controversy. We will then tell them our demands. What do you think of this? Comment below, like, and subscribe.